Chapter 4: Communication, the Language of Leadership. Effective communication is one of the most critical responsibilities of a leader. It is the foundation upon which trust, collaboration, and organizational success are built. Leadership is not just about having a vision or making decisions. It is about articulating that vision and those decisions in a way that inspires, motivates, and aligns people toward a common goal. Communication is the bridge between a leader's ideas and their team's actions, making it the true language of leadership. This section explores the multifaceted nature of communication in leadership, emphasizing its importance, key components, and strategies for mastering it. Leaders who communicate effectively can foster clarity, build trust, resolve conflicts, and create a culture of openness and collaboration. The importance of communication in leadership. Leadership communication goes beyond simply conveying information. It is about creating understanding, inspiring action, and fostering connection. A leader's ability to communicate effectively can determine the success or failure of their team or organization. Poor communication leads to misunderstandings, low morale, and inefficiency, while strong communication fosters alignment, trust, and productivity. Communication is also a tool for influence. Leaders use it to inspire their teams, share their vision, and guide others toward achieving shared goals. It is through communication that leaders build relationships, establish credibility, and create a sense of purpose. Whether addressing a large audience, leading a team meeting, or having a one-on-one conversation, a leader's words and tone can have a profound impact on those they lead. Key components of leadership communication. 1. Clarity and simplicity. A leader's message must be clear and concise. Overly complex or ambiguous communication can lead to confusion and misinterpretation. Leaders should focus on delivering their message in a straightforward manner, ensuring that everyone understands the key points. Clarity also involves tailoring the message to the audience, using language and examples that resonate with them. 2. Active listening. Communication is a two-way process, and effective leaders understand the importance of listening as much as speaking. Active listening involves giving full attention to the speaker, asking clarifying questions, and responding thoughtfully. By listening to their team members, leaders demonstrate respect, empathy, and a willingness to understand different perspectives. 3. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Great leaders communicate with empathy, recognizing and addressing the emotions and concerns of their audience. Emotional intelligence allows leaders to connect with their teams on a deeper communication, the language of leadership level, fostering trust and understanding. Empathetic communication involves acknowledging others' feelings, validating their experiences, and responding with care and consideration. 4. Nonverbal communication. A significant portion of communication is nonverbal. Leaders must be mindful of their body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, as these can convey confidence, openness, or even unintended messages. Consistency between verbal and nonverbal communication is essential to ensure credibility and authenticity. 5. Transparency and honesty. Trust is built on honest and transparent communication. Leaders should strive to be open about their intentions, decisions, and challenges. While it may not always be possible to share every detail, being upfront about what can and cannot be disclosed fosters trust and respect within the team. 6. Adaptability. Effective leaders adapt their communication style to suit different situations and audiences. For example, a leader may need to be formal and authoritative when addressing a crisis, but more conversational and collaborative during a team brainstorming session. Flexibility in communication ensures that the message is delivered effectively in any context. Strategies for mastering leadership communication. 1. Crafting a compelling vision. One of the most important communication tasks for a leader is articulating a clear and inspiring vision. A compelling vision provides direction and purpose, motivating teams to work toward a shared goal. Leaders should use vivid language, storytelling, and relatable examples to make their vision resonate with their audience. 2. Encouraging open dialogue. Leaders should create an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their ideas, concerns, and feedback. Open dialogue fosters collaboration and innovation while ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued. Leaders can encourage this by asking open-ended questions, actively listening, and responding constructively to input. 3. Providing constructive feedback. Feedback is a critical aspect of leadership communication. Effective leaders provide feedback that is specific, actionable, and focused on growth. They balance positive reinforcement with constructive criticism, ensuring that feedback is delivered in a way that motivates and empowers team members. 4. Communicating during change and crisis. During times of change or uncertainty, communication becomes even more important. Leaders must provide clear, consistent, and timely updates to keep their teams informed and reassured. Communication, the language of leadership, should address concerns honestly, acknowledge challenges, and emphasize the steps being taken to navigate the situation. Empathy and transparency are especially crucial during these times. 5. Leveraging technology. In today's digital age, leaders must be proficient in using various communication tools and platforms. Whether it's email, video conferencing, or collaboration software, leaders should ensure that their messages are clear and professional across all mediums. They should also be mindful of the limitations of digital communication, such as the potential for misinterpretation, and strive to maintain a personal touch whenever possible. 6. Practicing and refining communication skills. Communication is a skill that can be developed and improved over time. Leaders should seek opportunities to practice public speaking, participate in communication workshops, and solicit feedback on their communication style. Regular self-reflection and a commitment to continuous improvement are key to mastering the language of leadership. The role of communication in building culture. Leadership communication plays a pivotal role in shaping organizational culture. Through their words and actions, leaders set the tone for how communication occurs within the team or organization. By modeling open, respectful, and transparent communication, leaders create a culture where these values are embraced by everyone. Leaders also use communication to reinforce the organization's mission, vision, and values. Regularly sharing stories of success, recognizing team achievements, and celebrating milestones help to build a sense of pride and belonging. Communication is the thread that weaves together the fabric of an organization's culture, ensuring that everyone is aligned and working toward a common purpose. Conclusion: communication as a leadership responsibility. Communication is not just a skill, it is a responsibility that every leader must embrace. It is the means by which leaders inspire, guide, and connect with their teams. By mastering the art of communication, leaders can build trust, foster collaboration, and drive their organizations towards success. Whether through a powerful speech, a thoughtful conversation, or a simple gesture of appreciation, effective communication is the language of leadership that transforms ideas into action and vision into reality. Articulating vision and guiding culture. A leader's responsibility reaches far beyond routine management. It involves crafting and communicating a vision that not only inspires, but also serves as a roadmap for the organization's future. This chapter digs deeper into the process of defining a personal and shared vision. examines the art of effective communication and explains how a clear vision forms the bedrock of an enduring organizational culture. Understanding the power of vision. A vision is more than a lofty idea. It is the foundation upon which an organization builds its future. A well-crafted vision is communication, the language of leadership, rooted in core values, drawing from personal experiences and the unique challenges a leader has faced. Here, reflection becomes a powerful tool. Leaders need to immerse themselves in a process of introspection by reviewing pivotal moments, challenging decisions, and the principles that have consistently driven positive outcomes. Such introspection ensures that the vision is authentic and can resonate with the team's own aspirations. Consider personal narratives and historical examples. Many renowned leaders, whether in business, politics, or social movements, have drawn on transformative life events to reinforce their vision. By openly discussing these influences, leaders create a narrative that is both relatable and persuasive. This narrative not only shapes internal decision-making but also builds a shared understanding that can pivot an entire organization toward innovative solutions and sustained growth. Vision enables the leader to create the imagination of the future that can be from the actual present. It's a product of inspiration to create an imaginary future. It's deeply rooted in a divine instruction and guide, strengthening communication of the vision. The process of conveying a vision goes beyond a single announcement or a well-crafted mission statement. It is a continuous dialogue that slowly turns abstract aspirations into tangible outcomes. Leaders must adapt their communication strategies to the evolving communication habits of their teams, harnessing both traditional and digital tools to broaden reach and ensure clarity. For example, leaders might blend strategic town halls, interactive workshops, and one-on-one mentoring sessions to create a multi-pronged communication approach. These methods not only reinforce the central message, but also encourage feedback and dialogue. By cultivating an environment where ideas are freely shared, the vision becomes a living document, one that evolves with the organization and becomes enriched by collective insights from its members. Elaborating further, the role of storytelling in communication cannot be overstated. Storytelling transforms abstract concepts into memorable narratives. When leaders draw on analogies or metaphors that link everyday experiences with strategic goals, they help team members visualize how their contributions can spark tangible change. This approach not only increases comprehension, but also endears individuals to the vision, fostering a sense of joint ownership. Deep alignment with organizational goals. Effective leadership requires grounding a vision in measurable and attainable goals. This alignment is not merely a top-down directive. It is a collaborative effort that brings together every layer of the organization. Leaders are encouraged to democratize the formulation of strategy by inviting team input during planning sessions and refining goals based on collective feedback. Deepening this alignment process involves establishing regular check-ins where progress toward the vision is openly discussed. Here, performance metrics serve as the quantifiable bridge between the day-to-day tasks and the overarching mission. For instance, if a leader's vision emphasizes innovation, then metrics might track the number of new ideas generated or the number of initiatives. Communication, the language of leadership, implemented that challenge the traditional ways of working. This way, everyone understands that even the smallest task contributes toward a larger, innovative goal. Furthermore, the synergy between vision and organizational goals builds resilience in times of change. When each team member sees the direct impact of their work on long-term objectives, they develop a deeper commitment to overcoming obstacles and embracing innovative strategies. It reinforces the idea that the journey to achieving the vision is a collective endeavor, a shared path paved with both successes and lessons learned from setbacks. cultivating a culture that embodies the vision. A vital part of a leader's role is to ensure that the organizational culture mirrors the vision. This connection is best established when leaders model behaviors that align with core values and when cultural artifacts support the narrative. Culture and vision should be interdependent. Leaders not only articulate the vision but also live it by being proactive, ethical, and transparent in every decision. To further elaborate on cultivating this culture, consider integrating regular vision check-ins into standard meetings or performance reviews. This strategy transforms abstract ideas into everyday practices. When colleagues witness leadership making decisions that involve long-term benefits rather than short-term gains, this consistency fosters a climate of trust and reliability. By binding the vision to daily practices, such as recognition programs for innovative solutions, dedicated spaces for creative brainstorming, or informal gatherings to share success stories, the culture begins to take on a life of its own. A valuable aspect to emphasize is the role of mentorship in reinforcing culture. Senior leaders should mentor mid-level managers, passing on the wisdom of the company's history and the critical lessons learned on the journey toward the vision. This mentoring deepens the understanding of the cultural underpinnings and ensures a continuity of purpose throughout every echelon of the organization. Expanding on the case study, translating vision into action. Consider a detailed case study of a mid-sized technology company undergoing transformation. Tasked with reinvigorating growth, the new leader began by methodically analyzing the company's legacy and identifying gaps in the current market. By drawing on in-depth feedback from employees and industry experts alike, the leader reframed the existing mission to emphasize a commitment to relentless innovation and customer experience. The implementation of the new vision wasn't immediate, rather, it was a phased approach. Initial steps involved restructuring project management processes to ensure flexibility, setting up innovation labs for research and development, and establishing regular sessions where employees discussed how their work aligned with the new direction. Through persistence and transparent communication, the organizations experienced a cultural shift where innovations were celebrated and every small success contributed to building momentum toward a larger goal. This case study illustrates that transforming vision into real action requires patience, clear processes, and unwavering consistency. It highlights that success is not achieved overnight, but through a reinforcing cycle of communication, action, and mutual communication, the language of leadership. Accountability. Providing advanced practical steps for leaders looking to enhance their capabilities in articulating vision and guiding culture. It is essential to adopt an iterative and reflective process. Start by creating an in-depth document that outlines fundamental values, the intended future state, and the strategy required to bridge the current gap. This document serves as the cornerstone of ongoing strategic communications and initiatives. Encourage continuous feedback by instituting regular surveys, focus groups, or even informal discussions where employees share insights on how the vision aligns with their daily tasks. Additionally, consider investing in leadership training and workshops focused on communication and change management. These programs can offer fresh perspectives and innovative tools to articulate vision more effectively. A practical approach involves leveraging digital platforms for storytelling. Leaders might initiate a digital vision journal where stories of innovation and customer satisfaction are regularly shared. This not only nurtures the vision, but also creates a digital repository of success stories that continuously inspire new projects and strategies. Concluding reflections. The expanded exploration of articulating vision and guiding culture underscores that leadership is as much about strategic framework as it is about the character of individuals who drive that framework forward. The chapter's goal is to equip leaders with the insights necessary to create a vibrant, resilient culture, a culture that flourishes when everyone, from the highest level of management to the front line team members, lives the vision in every action. In the succeeding chapters, we will delve deeper into decision-making practices, the challenges of ethical dilemmas, and how to foster innovation amidst uncertainty. The solid foundation of a well-communicated vision and a rooted cultural framework creates an environment where sound decisions are easier to make and where the team remains united through its shared mission and values. This enriched chapter emphasizes the continuous nature of vision and cultural development, the importance of transparent, multifaceted communication, and the vital connection between personal values and organizational success. It serves not only as a guide for leaders in articulating a visionary path, but also as a practical manual for embedding that vision deeply within the culture of their organization. Communication, the language of leadership. Chapter summary: effective communication is a cornerstone of successful leadership, serving as the primary means through which leaders convey their vision, inspire their teams, and foster collaboration. This chapter emphasizes that communication is not merely about exchanging information. It is about creating understanding, building trust, and motivating individuals toward shared goals. The chapter outlines several key components essential for effective leadership communication. Clarity and simplicity are paramount. Leaders must articulate their messages in a straightforward manner to avoid confusion. Active listening is equally important, as it allows leaders to understand their team members' perspectives and concerns, fostering a culture of respect and engagement. Empathy and emotional intelligence play a crucial role in connecting with team members, enabling leaders to address their feelings and needs effectively. Nonverbal communication, including body language and tone, significantly impacts how messages are received. Leaders must ensure that their nonverbal cues align with their verbal messages to maintain credibility. Transparency and honesty are vital for building trust. Leaders should communicate openly about their intentions and decisions, even during challenging times. The chapter also discusses the importance of adaptability in communication. Leaders must adjust their communication styles to suit different audiences and situations, ensuring their messages resonate effectively. Strategies for mastering leadership communication include crafting a compelling vision, encouraging open dialogue, providing constructive feedback, and leveraging technology to enhance communication. Furthermore, the chapter highlights the role of communication in shaping organizational culture. Leaders set the tone for communication within their teams, and by modeling open and respectful dialogue, they create an environment where collaboration thrives. Ultimately, effective communication is a responsibility that leaders must embrace, as it is the language that transforms ideas into action and drives organizational success. Articulating vision and guiding culture. Also, in this chapter, we explore the critical responsibility of leaders to articulate a compelling vision and guide the culture of their organization. A vision is more than a statement. It is a dynamic, values-driven roadmap that inspires and aligns the team toward a shared future. Leaders must begin by reflecting on their core values and experiences to craft a vision that is authentic and meaningful. This vision serves as a guiding light, helping the organization navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Effective communication is key to transforming a vision from an abstract idea into actionable goals. Leaders must use clear, consistent language and employ storytelling to make the vision relatable and memorable. Communication should be a two-way process where feedback is encouraged and team members feel a sense of ownership in the vision. By aligning the vision with measurable organizational goals, leaders ensure that every task, communication, the language of leadership, and milestone contributes to the broader mission. culture plays a pivotal role in sustaining the vision. Leaders must model behaviors that reflect the vision and embed it into daily practices, such as team meetings, recognition programs, and decision-making processes. A strong culture fosters trust, collaboration, and resilience, enabling the organization to thrive even in times of uncertainty. The chapter also highlights the importance of mentorship, transparency, and celebrating small wins to reinforce the vision and culture. Through practical examples and case studies, it demonstrates how leaders can inspire their teams, align efforts, and create a thriving environment where everyone feels connected to the shared purpose. Task guide for readers: to improve your communication skills and become a more effective leader, engage in the following tasks. 1. Self-assessment of communication style. Reflect on your current communication style. Consider how you convey messages, listen to others, and respond to feedback. Identify strengths and areas for improvement. You may also seek feedback from trusted colleagues or team members to gain insights into how your communication is perceived. 2. Practice active listening. During your next team meeting or one-on-one conversation, focus on practicing active listening. Give your full attention to the speaker, avoid interrupting, and ask clarifying questions to ensure understanding. After the conversation, reflect on how this approach affected the interaction and the responses you received. 3. Craft a vision statement. Write a clear and compelling vision statement for your team or organization. Ensure it is concise and inspiring, capturing the essence of what you want to achieve. Share this vision with your team and solicit their feedback to refine it further. 4. Encourage open dialogue. Create opportunities for open communication, the language of leadership. Communication within your team. Schedule regular check-ins or brainstorming sessions where team members can share their ideas and concerns freely. Foster an environment where everyone feels comfortable contributing and actively listen to their input. 5. Provide constructive feedback. Identify a team member or colleague to whom you can provide constructive feedback. Use the sandwich approach. Start with positive feedback, address areas for improvement, and conclude with encouragement. Ensure your feedback is specific and actionable. 6. Enhance nonverbal communication awareness. Pay attention to your nonverbal cues during conversations. Practice maintaining eye contact, using appropriate facial expressions, and adopting an open posture. Reflect on how these nonverbal signals impact your communication effectiveness. 7. Leverage technology for communication. Explore different communication tools and platforms that can enhance your interactions with your team. Whether it's video conferencing software, collaboration tools, or messaging apps, familiarize yourself with their features and best practices for effective use. 8. Reflect on communication challenges. Identify a recent communication challenge you faced as a leader. Analyze what went wrong and what could have been done differently. Use this reflection to develop strategies for handling similar situations in the future. By engaging in these tasks, you will enhance your communication skills, foster a culture of openness and collaboration, and strengthen your effectiveness as a leader. Crafting and communicating your vision. This task is designed to help you reflect on your leadership vision and take actionable steps to communicate and embed it into your team or organization. Step 1. Reflect on your core values. Take 15 minutes to write down your top 5 core values. These should be principles that guide your decisions and actions as a leader. Reflect on a pivotal moment in your life or career that shaped these values. How did this experience influence your leadership style? Step 2. Define your vision. Based on your values, write a short vision statement, 1-2 sentences, that describes the future you want to create for your team or organization. Ensure it is aspirational yet achievable. Ask yourself, why is this vision important? How does it align with the needs of your team or organization? Step 3. Communicate your vision. Identify 3 ways you can share your vision with your team. For example, host a team meeting to explain your vision and its importance. Share a personal story that connects your vision to your values. Communication, the language of leadership. Use digital tools, e.g., emails, videos, or presentations to reinforce the message. Plan how you will invite feedback and ensure your team feels involved in shaping the vision. Step 4. Align vision with daily practices. Choose one ongoing project or task within your team. Write down how this project connects to your vision. During your next team meeting, explain this connection to your team and encourage them to think about how their work contributes to the broader mission. Step 5. Foster culture around the vision. Identify one behavior or practice you can model to reinforce your vision. For example, if your vision emphasizes innovation, commit to recognizing and rewarding creative ideas. Plan a small recognition activity to celebrate a team member or group who has demonstrated alignment with the vision. Reflection. At the end of the week, take 10 minutes to reflect on the following. How did your team respond to your vision? What feedback did you receive, and how can you use it to refine your approach? What steps will you take next to further embed your vision into your team's culture? By completing this task, you will take the first steps toward articulating a clear vision, communicating it effectively, and fostering a culture that supports it. Empowerment is the spark that ignites greatness. A leader's true legacy is kindled in the light of others realizing their own potential. Decision-making and accountability.